Guys, just want to welcome you to another live stream from What's in Your Hand Woodworking. Yesterday you would have seen where I did the first globe for this cutting board that I'm making. So I'm just picking up from where I left off yesterday. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take this out of the clamp, clean up try to get off as much glue as possible, and then move into the actual don't know if you remember that I said that the initial size for this cutting board is 20. I want it to be about 24 inches by 12. So I'm working on that now. So what I'm going to do, I'm taking off the glue from taking off my clamps, my bar clamps, and then I'm going to actually try to get off as much of the glue with a chisel as much as possible. I have some other builds in the making. One, I have a coffee table that I'm going to make from this coffee table is going to be made from some old growth pine I got from off a building that it was built in 1840, so it has some history to it. But the beauty about it is that how I'm going to build this board now, I'm going to try and keep as much as the defects in the board as possible to maintain that rustic look. And for some, I have an idea that I might be giving away that table, but to who, I just don't know yet. But it would be great if it is, if I would be able to, when I make it, that somebody would see it and definitely like it and want to have it in their collection. So that's so far the idea that is running through my mind pertaining to the coffee table that I want to make. Also, I want to shout out to you guys. Just want to know, how was your day? What was your day like? Was it a day that you had some fun, or just another day? For me, I try to make the best of every day, because I know that life is pretty much a routine. It's like you go to your bed, you get up, you wake, you go to work if you're working, and then so life becomes pretty much a routine. So what I try to do is that I try to find ways and means to enjoy myself. And I know a lot of people, like, they have their day job, but it is not really something that they love, but it get the day's pay. Are you somebody like that who just have a day job that just get the bills pay? Or you love the job that you do? For me, I think I have more like a bittersweet symphony. Sometimes I love my work, sometimes I don't. Do you have the same feeling? Hi, Sushana. Nice to have you with us in the chat today. So I just want to know if it is the same for you, if that's the same type of feeling that you have. But I pretty much try to push through and to get something done. So what keeps me motivated though is that, as you can see, I go and do my day job, then I come home, because my day job helps to get the bills pay. Because while I'm doing this, it's not like it is really bringing in any great source of funds, but it does bring me a great level of relaxation. It tells me to keep my mind steady and to remain focused. And also it's like I'm following my dream. So I just want to give a shout out to Daniel in the chat. Nice to have you with us today. So that's pretty much it for me. I try my best to make the best of what life throws my direction. you know, and I try to find ways and means to encourage others to do the same, because by doing so, it brings me a great sense of joy. That's really pretty much it for me. So that's why I'm asking the question: do you like your job, your day job? Do you look forward to going to your day job, or it's just, you know, it just get the bills paid, and bills has to be paid? So just let me know. You can let me know in the chat, you know, to give me a feedback pertaining to what it is like for you guys. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to actually take this over to the thickness planer to try and get everything flat out on one side, and then I'm going to screw it off. So actually, and then I'm going to screw it off. So you can follow me, guys. Let me take you over to my thickness planer over here. As you can see, I've been doing some improvement in terms of where I work in my backyard. I've come up with ideas. My wife is helping me, you know, make my background a little bit more attractive. So I have a shop design like for an outdoor shop that I'm working on. I'm pretty much getting there soon. This is quite a heavy piece of board. As I said, it's a huge thick cutting board. So first, let me get this plugged in. Passing it a couple times through this planer. for the thickness planer, I'm going to heading back over to my makeshift workbench for the time being. As I stated before, I have an actual design for a workbench that I'm going to make. Just giving a shout out to all of those who are in the chat. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to actually square off one end of this board, and then put down the strips on my table saw. So let me square off one of these ends. What I'm going to get now is one of my favorite tools that I got early when I just started to. And I made up my mind that I'm going to take my woodworking serious. I went and I purchased, let me show you this track. So this is a Festool track saw, created by a lot of woodworkers who has been in the game quite longer than me. Well, I am not boasting in terms of owning one, because they definitely say that tools help to make the job easy, but skills is more important at times. So since I'm acquiring skills and learning how to be more efficient in my woodworking life, I got that track saw. I am not sponsored by this. Me as an upcoming woodworker would love to use their products and see if they reach out to me to be a brand ambassador. That would be nice in the future. But for now, I am just doing what I can do in terms of my woodworking. I'm going to square this off. Set the depth gauge. Square it off. Basically kind of give you an idea, if you see what I'm showing you, giving an idea what the end grain is going to look like on this board. So far, I'm loving what I'm seeing. I believe that it's going to be a beautiful board. Remember, if you guys remember how I started off my week. So this is how I started off my week. I started off my week by first making a plan, and on that list was to clean up, which I would have cleaned up like 30% of the backyard so far. Then the next stage was to make a cutting board, and so far I'm almost in the middle of the week, so I believe I could safely say that I am 50% close to my goal. And then after that, after making the cutting board, moving on to making my wooden signs to put up to show in my background. And for those wooden signs that I'm going to make, I'm going to be using board and a wood carving technique with a rotor bit to make my wooden sign. I am waiting on my products to come, the bits that I would have ordered off Amazon, and I believe that they should be coming today. So with that in mind, that means I am still close, very close in terms of accomplishing my task, in terms of what I really want to to do for today. So let me cut this one also. After I cut this one, then I can pack away the saw because further use of it. Products, all of their products, it comes with a case, a storage, so it helps to protect the tool and keep it protected, and you have a longer lifespan with the tool. So that's one of the things that I love about Festool tools. One of the things that I have on my list that I want to have, that Festool build is one of their tool that is used for joinery, and that's a Festool domino. But currently now I've been trying to save up to purchase one. The prices are a little bit expensive because I think the small one, the DL1300, or I might be putting it wrong. The small one, DL300 or something like that, is for like $1,300-$1,400 US. And the other big one that I would really want is for 15 sorry, thanks for letting me know that you guys are having the volume is low. Let me work on that. Are you hearing me a bit better now? Thanks for letting me know that the volume is low on the live. Yes, sir. So that is what I like about Festool. So you just pack it in, put it in the case, and then you're off. So I definitely like that about Festool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring an next tool into the mix, which is my job site table saw that I've been using to do a lot of work. So let me adjust my table to bring my job site table saw around. So make these cuts. So this is my job site table saw. It's not heavy and it gets the job done. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to rip these board. Let me get my tape to check to see what is the actual measurement that I'm going to rip this board to. So first let me work on this one. I'm going to check it. So I'm getting 27 inches. I really think I'm going to cut this down inch and three quarter. So by the time I'm finished, I'm supposed to be having at least an inch and a half by the time I do my sanding and all of those things. When we're coming up on the board of the board. So I'm going to cut this down inch and three quarter. A little bit over. An inch and 7/8. Yeah, 1 inch and 7/8. So cutting it. 1 inch and 7/8. So let me get my saw all plugged in. Well, I was actually watching the Champions League. But then I realized that, guess what? Those guys are, living their dream. So, my dream is to work on it. So now, I'm going to set the saw blade. Should be good. And I always encourage you to make sure that you wear the proper PPE, and if you do you feel comfortable, like when you feel that you're close to the blade, make a push stick, use a push stick, because you're going to be in need of these 10 digits. So that is why I make sure that I use a push stick on this specific cuts. Scrapboard. what I'm talking about now. So let me see if I can bring the camera to give you like a close up look in terms of how the board look. So let me put it closer. Let me turn it down. I don't know if you guys are seeing the grain variation good enough, but as you can see here, I use a solid piece of white oak, and then these are our laminated pieces. So what I'm going to do is, let me see if I get the actual length that I want. So I'm gonna put them together and then check it with my tape to see if I'm actually getting what I want. Because I'm looking for at least near close to 24 inches thereabout. So like 24 inches. It looks like I'm going to get it. Yep. Brilliant. So seeing that I'm actually getting the desired width that I want. Let me check it. Yeah. So I'm going to get the 24 inches. So this is definitely a big cutting board. Very huge one. So I'm getting the 24 inches that I had set out to want. So lovely. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to flip it like this. Each one. Flip it like this. Each one, flip it to get the actual pattern for this cutting board. And I'm definitely liking how it looks. Yeah. So let me put this aside because I still have one more that I'm going to cut up, which is this one that I'm going to use to make another cutting board, seeing that I get the actual desired length from the one that is over there. I'm actually making it for a guy who runs a restaurant over in Silver Spring, Maryland. This restaurant is one where we purchase food from time to time. If you're living in the Maryland here, you can check out his restaurant. It's called Jerk House. So now I'm going to cut up the next piece of board and show you that this one would look. next one now. This one is kind of, I like the way how it looks. So let me show you this one. And one thing that I've been sharing in my life is that I have been sharing that when this year started out, you know, you normally make your plans for the new year. And what I did is that I had initially set a goal for this year, and that goal was to reach at least 1,000 subscribers. And thanks to you guys, I am actually close to that dream. With 2 months, basically 2 months left in the year, I'm actually close to reaching that desired goal that I had set. So here it is. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to stagger these, stagger these. Stagger these like this. Get the actual pattern. Hope you guys like the pattern that you're seeing. My wife just reached home and looking at me in the outdoor shop. So this is the pattern that this board will have. So you'll see that glow up. Well, I'm going to do this glow up today. So what I want to do now, I want to get my sander to sand off these edges and then make this glow up. So going back to rule number 1, when you finish with a tool that you're not going to use, just get it out the way. Thanks again, guys, for your support, for helping me to reach close to my desired dreams. And if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, now is the time that you can do so to help me to reach the desired goal that I'm striving for. Your subscription is greatly appreciated, because that is one which can help me to grow. So thanks again for subscribing to this channel. As you can see that I'm living up to the dream of my channel, what is in my hand. So I am working not from a fancy shop, but from my backyard, which indicate that if you have any desire to do anything like this, like if you want to do any form of woodworking and you have space, you can, get your tools and start out by doing just the basic stuff, like stuff that you can do without some of those fancy tools. So let me put this aside. Put this aside. Put this aside because this glue up is for another day, and focus on the main sushi. Focus on the main glue. For some reason I'm thinking that one to 4 inches is looking a bit too wide. Nonetheless, let me make it stay as it is. Get rid of these pieces of board. Get my sander. sawn off each one of these piece by piece to get the edges that will probably prevent proper glue up. So that's what I'm doing now. So as I've been saying, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, you can do so, because that is definitely one way you can make this channel grow. Your subscription is truly appreciated. Sander now, and we're actually going to move to the next phase, and that phase is actually doing the globes, and that's due to a big blow up for me. This is the first I'm actually making cutting board this size. Let me go again, and I'm so excited. I just want to show you my weekly plan. So this is my weekly plan. I don't know if you've seen it. So what I had planned for this week, which I started on Sunday, was to first clean up, make a cutting board, and then make my signs. And so that's what I've been working on from the week, and I'm in the midst of the week, almost the middle of the week, and I think I've accomplished like 50%. Let's put that 50% of what I originally intended to do. So let me get my bar clamps. gadgets lately that a piece of tool that I got from off Amazon that really gets me excited. And it is my glue roller. At first I used to just dab the glue on it and use my hand or a piece of stick to get the glue on. But now since I got this little glue roller, my life of doing glue ups is a little bit easier. I know you have somewhere you have the actual glue bottle where you can just use the glue bottle and the glue to apply your glue. This is actually one part of woodworking that I like. And let me be specific, and that is gluing up cutting boards, because I know that there are some glue ups that are technical, that you have to cut pieces, you have to make jig for, you have to cut pieces of glue to attach just to get the glue to hold with the right clamp pressure. So I like doing wood cutting boards glue up. So I'm just saying that to be specific. I don't want to leave the idea that I'm saying that I love to do glue ups. I love to do cutting board glue up, which is actually a part of doing gluing up. So that is what I enjoy doing. So then I just get my little roller, roll on the glue. I watch a woodworker on YouTube by the name of Bearded Vikings. He has a famous phrase that he used, or a slogan, and that slogan is add a dab of glue. But for this project I'm using more than just a dab of glue. I have to make sure that I cover all the surfaces properly to prevent future cracks in the cutting board. So I have to ensure that I apply the glue on every crivets and corner, or crivets, whatsoever the proper pronunciation is. I hope I'm not butchering in the word or mispronouncing it, but I have to ensure that I get the glue on every corner of this board to ensure that I have proper glue squeeze out. So let me, add this piece of glue right here. Next clamp. first time making one this big. Check the time. As you can look here, we're seeing that yes, we're looking at good squeeze out. I do believe that this is going to turn out to be a lovely cutting board. So that's pretty much it for this board, for the glue up. So the next thing I have to do now is wait until it's dry. I think I might be finishing this board maybe tomorrow, or tomorrow's what, Wednesday? If not tomorrow, then Thursday. What I want to do tomorrow is that I want to come and do some more cleanup, to make it to advance my week, the agenda in terms of cleaning up the backyard, for my future plan. So what I've been doing since lately, after I finish work, I've been cleaning up after myself. Now I'm starting to make sure that I clean up after myself. Practice, as I'm trying to practice, at least I have to practice to ensure that I treat my outdoor shop like a real shop. Maintain proper shop etiquette. So that is why now I'm ensuring that after I do any work, I clean up after myself. Because, so to show you that I believe that I am improving. So pretty much that's it for today in terms of this live stream. Let me give a shout out to you guys and giving you thanks for being with me today. So once again, guys, I just want to say thanks for spending some of your time with me on this live as I do the necessary the putting together this glue up. First doing the planing and then the ripping down, and you would have seen me show another cutting board that I'm working on, but that is for a later date. But I'm so glad that you guys decided to join me today and to help to advance me in my dreams, of having a big shop, where I can have my things on display, my tools, and continue to put out a lot of content. But for now, I have to be working from where I am, and you guys are the one who keeps me motivated and to continue to press along on my woodworking journey. So you are the ones who make it possible. And as I would have said, when I started out this year, I had initially set a goal, and that goal was to reach 1,000 subscribers for this year. And so far, I believe that I am close to hitting that 1,000 mark. When I started this live, I think I was there about like 800 and something. So I am just 100 and something shy of that 2,000 mark. So with your guys' help, it is possible. So if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, you can subscribe. Your subscription is greatly appreciated, because that is one way to which you can help me grow. And I truly appreciate you guys sticking out with me. So what I want to do now, in closing, I will be going live tomorrow again, as I state that, but to do something different, and that is to continue to work on my workspace so that I can set it up for to have better everything. Because with a clean environment, and when you are seeing space, it helps with your creative ingenuity. And so that is what I'm working on. So as you can see, I am still pressing along. And thanks again for joining. And I truly look forward to seeing you guys again tomorrow as I go live from What Is In Your Hand Woodworking. I have some stuff coming up, and I'm trying to find a way how I can work throughout the winter. I don't know how possible it is going to be, because I believe that this winter is going to be one that is really chilling and cold. But nevertheless, I think they say where there is a will, there is a way. So I will find a way to do some stuff during the winter. I may not be out here as long as I am today, but I will be doing something. So thanks again, guys, for joining. So until then, looking forward to see you again live on an next stream with me from What Is In Your Hand Woodworking. Bye and out. See you again next time.